We went to B&Q to get some supplies for the garden. So as you can see, our fence is white, and we used this paint by Supranol called White Daisy. Our roses are in full bloom just now. This variety is called, I believe, the Duchess of Sussex, or the Duchess of... No, I think it's a Duchess of Cornwall. So it's a ruffled rose variety. And it's a scented rose. And it's a bush rose. So this sort of variety doesn't climb up anything. But it does have these beautiful flowers that are peachy pink. And they are just in abundance, as you can see, all over the bush plant. This red variety has grown much taller than the one in the front, and it's so beautiful. Just as I was putting some of the garden stuff away, we got a delivery of these sea glass beads that my mum had been waiting for. So I've placed a few videos of her earrings that she makes. She makes these entirely for charity. She started making them just in her spare time because of her interest in jewellery making, but she thought it would be a good idea to raise money making products so that we can help others. So these are some of her designs. Her channel is called Lydia by the River on YouTube, but if you want any more information, leave a comment below. So back to the garden. So the next day I had a day off, and there were a few trellises that needed to be tied up and painted. So you can see a wooden one just leaning against the pergola there, or the barbecue hut. And then there's one nearer to where I'm filming from that's painted grey. Then I also had this greenhouse that I needed to complete. So we started this last year, but the weather was so bad, never got a chance to finish it. So you can see the top of the roof still needs joining, and then it's just on to glazing. We've got the foundation set, just needs some screws and some glass panels to go on. As I was doing that, there was somebody hiding in the grass. This little cat is my neighbour's, and it was just hiding away from the sun underneath the grass. So I've got these grey trellises. We've got 1, 2, 3 clematis flowers growing in the back of the back garden. So I've just tied those up so that they've got some support to climb up. These are late flowering clematis, so we'll need to wait until maybe August time to see them bloom. So back when I started working at a new workplace I used to be at many years ago, there was a Lidl on the way, and I got these clematis plants from Lidl. Sometimes it can be a hit and miss when you get plants from the supermarket, but these are doing okay. They don't spread out much, but they do grow quite tall. So if you want something compact, this is the plant that I would try. So on to dinner. So I've got this little chopper. It's a manual chopper. It's great for camping. So you can chop vegetables so you don't have to just have meat. You can have salad along with your barbecue or hot dogs. So I'm going to be making chicken fajitas today. I'm going to chop up some of the peppers that I've got, some onion, and then I'm just going to fry the chicken and the peppers in some spices and salt, and then just butter up the tortillas or oil them, whichever you prefer. And then I would lay it out in an oven tray, fill it up with some cheese, and then cut into it almost like a pizza. So to use this chopper, I'm just going to pop off the top of these peppers. So if you push it in, you can take out the seed pod or the seed part of the pepper entirely like that. There's some left over, so I'm just going to shake that off. And then I'm going to chop it into sort of medium-sized pieces, so you cannot drop in peppers whole into the manual chopper. It's basically just a mini, manual food processor. So I'm going to drop in a few of those pieces. So I've chopped them up now, and this is what it looks like. So it chops up anything, onions, peppers, carrots, into these sort of small pieces. You can go much smaller. And next goes in the onion. So I'm going to do the same with that. I'm frying off the chicken just now, so I have leftover rotisserie chicken that I bought from Costco, and I'm gonna add some spices. So you can get fajita spices. I just add in a little bit of chili powder, and then I fry mine off in oil. I've done the same with the peppers and the onions, and then I use this sauce that I get from Lidl. It's called chili con carne sauce, and I just add that to the chicken pepper mixture. I use a can opener. If you don't know that trick, sometimes when you can't open a lid of a jar that's really tight, you use a can opener that just slips into the lip, the under lip of the lid, and then if you pull it outward, it releases the vacuum. Next, I've got the cheese. I'm just going to grate that down. After you sprinkle the cheese on, so you're supposed to lay out the tortillas on an oiled tray like that. I didn't do it too good, but they have it. I think lots of online recipes have this sort of technique. But I just wrapped it up whichever way I could into a circle shape, and then I cut it out like a pizza. And this is what it looks like. So the tortilla becomes slightly crunchy, and you do have to oil the tortilla because it's exposed to the oven. So you do want that to stay moist and become crunchy. And then you just enjoy. It's an easy dinner, and you have multiple meals for the next day too. Well, that's all for today. I wish you all the best with your garden or house jobs, and I'll see you in the next one.